Good morning, dear students. I hope all are fine. Dear students, welcome to the class 9th standard online classes. In the previous class, we have discussed about the meaning of elements and the types of elements, and then the difference between the different kinds of the elements. Dear students, what do you mean by element? Element is nothing but it is a pure substance that contains only one kind of a particle. That is what we call it as element. How many types of the elements is there? Basically, there are three types of the elements are there, so that we are discussed in the previous class. Can you tell me which are those? Yes. First one is metals. Second one is non-metals. Third one is metalloids. So what is the properties of the metals and what are the non-metals properties and metalloids properties? So these are all we have discussed in the last class, and the difference is also discussed. Apart from that, we have discussed about the compound and their properties is also discussed. So what do you mean by compound? Compound is nothing but the combination of two or more elements in a definite proportion. We call it as compound. Right now, children? For example, if you take the water is an element that will be consisting of two types of the elements right now. So can you tell me how many types of the compound or elements is present in the compound of water? Yes, two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen right now. So same, and the properties is also discussed. Yes, no? Yes. In this class, we are going to discuss about the meaning of mixtures and the difference between the mixture and compound. So dear children, what do you mean by mixture? See, mixture is nothing but it is a substance which will be consisting of two or more pure substances. Two or more pure substances. So can you give me the examples? Seawater. Seawater is also one kind of mixture. Why? Because in the sea water, two or more pure substances is present. For example, if you take in the sea water, the salt is present, different kinds of the minerals, different kinds of the nutrients is also present. And if you take the soil also huge amount of humus is present, huge amount of minerals is present. This will be a kind of mixture right now. Even in the soil we will be find out the small particles of stones are also present. If you come to the air, in that air not only the air, so in the air it will be consisting of two or more pure substances. If you take in the air oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen gas is present, argon gas is present. So like this, the two or more pure substances is present, or it is made up of two or more substances. That is what we call it as mixture. How many types of the mixtures are there? Yes, dear students, basically we will be find out the different types of the mixtures. So in that, the mixture has two types. One is homogeneous mixture and second one is heterogeneous mixture. What do you mean by homogeneous mixture? What is heterogeneous mixture? See, let us discuss now. Homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is nothing but it is a mixture which has a uniform composition. What do you mean by homogeneous mixture? It is a mixture which has uniform composition. It is a mixture which has a uniform composition. So what are the properties of the homogeneous mixture? The first property is the particles of a mixture are not visible through the naked eye, which means if you take the glass, in that it will be consisting of water, in that just add only few amount of salt to it. So what will happen, the water completely dissolves, right? The salt is completely dissolves, and we can't able to see that clearly, whatever that which means completely dissolved, the salt is completely dissolved in the water, that we cannot see throughout our naked eye, how the dissolving and the particles do not see throughout our naked eye. Such a type of the mixture, that is what we call it as homogeneous mixture. And the second property of the homogeneous mixture is the particles cannot be separated by filtration, which means if you take the mixture of sand and water, we can easily separate it, but in the homogeneous mixture, we cannot separate the mixture of one particle along with any one was solution or solvent. So this is a second property of the homogeneous mixture. And then the mixture is stable. The particles do not settle down. For example, if you take the mixture of sand and water, some of the things is dissolved in the water, some of the sand material is dissolved in the water, and some other impurities like stones, small particles of stone, dust particles. So after few minutes it will be settled down at the bottom of the glass or container. So which in the it is one example, but in the homogeneous mixture, so we can't see this type of the settling down of the impurities, we can't see in the homogeneous mixture, which means it is completely dissolved. We can't see the impurities or the particles do not settle down in the homogeneous mixture. And then the path of the beam light is not visible in the mixture. So example, it is a best example for Tyndall effect that we will be discussed later. The path of the beam of light is not visible in the mixture. For example, so if you take any one impurities cannot dissolve properly, so that when we are going to pass the light in it, we can easily visible that. But in the homogeneous mixture, the path of the light or the way the light transferring from one end to other end, we cannot see that. But in the heterogeneous mixture, we will be seeing that one. So best examples for the homogeneous mixture is the mixture of sugar in water, mixture of salt in water, mixture of copper sulfate in water. These are all the best examples for homogeneous mixture. And the second type of the mixture is heterogeneous mixture. What do you mean by heterogeneous mixture? Dear children, heterogeneous mixture is a mixture which has a non-uniform composition. In the homogeneous, it is a uniform composition. Heterogeneous, it is a non-uniform composition. So best properties of the heterogeneous mixture is the particles are visible by the naked eye, which means how many type of the impurities is present in the heterogeneous mixture that can be visible easily throughout our naked eye. For example, if you take the mixture of salt and sand, or mixture of salt or mixture of sand and water, the impurities that we are observed throughout our naked eye right now. And then in the heterogeneous mixture, these particles can be separated by filtration method. These particles can be separated by filtration method. So if you take the mixture of sand and water, so we can easily separate it that one by using the filtration. The water will be separated and impurities will be separated right now. And the third property of the heterogeneous mixture is the mixture is unstable. The particles settle down, which means it do not completely dissolve, hence it will be settled at the bottom of the glass container, any one thing. and then the mixture is the path of the beam is visible in a mixture. The path of the beam of light is visible in the mixture. So the way how the transmission of the light from one end to other end, that will be, we will be easily observed throughout the in the heterogeneous mixture. The best example for the heterogeneous mixture is mixture of salt and sand, mixture of sand and water, mixture of sulfur and iron fillings, and mixture of oil and water is also best example for heterogeneous mixture. So mixture of oil and water, in that also the water will be better settled at the bottom and the oil will be floats on the water. Why this will be happen? As the density of the oil is very less as compared to the water, hence the mixture of the oil and the water, if you take the mixture of the oil and water, the water will be settled at the bottom of any one container and the oil will be floats on the water, right? No, so it is also one kind of the heterogeneous mixture. I hope the types of the mixtures you will understand that one, right? No, so next we are moving to the next compound or the concept, that is difference between mixture and compound. So in the previous class we have discussed about the compounds, right? No, so what is the difference between the compound and mixture? See, the first difference is the mixture can be separated into its constituents by its physical process. The mixture can be separated. For example, the mixture of sand and water, the mixture of salt and sand, this way will be easily separated throughout the filtration phenomenon and throughout the sublimation phenomenon. So sublimation, these are all we will be discussed later. Okay, and then if you come to the compound, the first difference between the mixture and the compound, in the compound cannot be separated into its constituents by physical process, but it can be separated by chemical process, which means, so in the compound, the whatever the impurities or the compound or the mixtures or the elements is present, that we cannot be separated by the physical process, but by the chemical process we can be separated, that one in the compound. The second difference between the mixture and compound is a mixture shows the properties of its constituents. For example, if you take the mixture of sand and salt, any salt, so that we will be separated, and this will be that sand will be shows the separate property and the salt will be shows the separate property. Based on their property we can easily separate that one. But in the compound, a new set of properties different from its constituents, right? Now, for example, if you take the compound, the best example, water. The water is a set of compound, which means it will be consisting of different elements, that is hydrogen and water, right? Now, so this mixture or the combination of the water is hydrogen and oxygen forms water. So in that water it will be shows a different property, right? Now, so oxygen has its own property, hydrogen has its own property, but if the hydrogen and oxygen combines, it will be produces a new set of property, right? Now, hydrogen is very helpful for the combustion, oxygen is also very helpful for the combustion, is the best example, right? No, but the mixture of hydrogen and oxygen will be used to control the fire, which means it is a different property. Combination of two elements will be shows a different property. Have you understood this one? The next one is the difference between the mixture and compound. Composition of a mixture varies and the constituents are present in any proportion by weight, and it does not have definite formula. The composition of a mixture will be varies from one compound or the mixture to other mixture, or the combination between the two or more substances. For example, if you take we don't know the proper magnitude. When we are going to add some amount of salt, mixture of salt and sand, it do not have a definite proportion, and it's varies, which means it's the weight of the sand will be totally different, and the weight of the salt weight is also totally different, and it do not have a definite formula. If you take the compound, the composition of the compound is fixed, and the constituents are present in the compound is in a fixed proportion by its weight, and it has a definite formula. For example, if you take the water only, the best example, H2O, it is a molecular formula of water, right now. Then what is H2O? H2 represents the two molecules of hydrogen, and one molecule of oxygen. This combines or form as a water, right now. So this combination will be definitely it will be has a definite proportion. Only the two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen will be combines water. So which means only the two molecules is a definite proportion or a fixed proportion. So have you understand this one? Next, fourth, the difference between the mixture and compound is the constituents do not react chemically, thus there is no change will be takes place. The constituents in the mixture do not react with chemically, thus no changes will be takes place. For example, if you take the stone, is it that will be react with chemical by using the when we are going to add some chemicals on that? It's do not react properly right now, so hence there is no change will be takes place. If you take the compound, chemical reaction will be takes place, and the energy changes, which means the changes will be takes place, that is in the form of light and heat. For example, if you take the burning of paper, so thus it will be changed, the paper will be burned and forms as a ash, right now. So what is the product that we are getting? So light energy also we will be get, and heat energy is also we will be get, and the changes, which means the paper will be changes into ash. So it is a best example to understand the compound. It will be chemical reaction will be takes place, and the energy changes in the form of light and heat. And then the next property of the mixture and compound is a mixture does not have a proper melting point or boiling point. A mixture does not have a proper melting point and boiling point. Example for this statement is air, sand, etc. Air, that will be mixture of different kinds of the gases that is present in that air. For example, carbon dioxide has its own melting point and boiling point, and oxygen has its own boiling point and melting point. But this mixture, the mixture of even in the air, that will be mixed right now. The air is will be mixture or the combination of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, organ gases, neon gases, like this. So these mixtures combined form as a air. It's do not have a proper mixed or melting point or boiling point. If you take the water or in the compound has a fixed melting point or boiling point. Example, water. The water will be having 100 degrees Celsius, and with the water will be starts boiling. When the water temperature become 100 degrees Celsius, the water will be starts boiling. So like that, it will be having a compound having a definite fixed proportion of melting point or boiling point. So what do you mean by melting point? What do you mean by boiling point? Dear children, I hope you already discussed this one and you know this meaning of melting point and boiling point. So what do you mean by melting point? The melting point is nothing but the changing of a substances from one state to solid state to liquid state at a particular temperature. We call it as melting point. I hope you understand the meaning of melting point. Melting point is nothing but a substance will be changes solid state into liquid state at a particular temperature. We call it as melting point. So what is boiling point? Boiling point is nothing but the substance change the state into liquid state into gaseous state. Liquid state into gaseous state. That is what we call at a particular temperature. That is what we call it as boiling point. You understand now? Yes. Dear children, in this class we have discussed about the meaning of mixture and their types like homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture, and their properties is also we have discussed. The difference between the mixture and compound is also discussed. I hope you understand these concepts. Is there any clarifications regarding today's topic? You can drop a message through WhatsApp. I hope you have my WhatsApp number. So please note down my WhatsApp number 9611 366 490. Stay home, stay healthy. Thank you, dear children. Jai Shri Gurudev.